Hello, my love. It is nice to visit with you again. I hope that this finds you well. I hope that you have had a sip of something. I hope you are taking a breath of fresh air, or at least some deep breaths wherever you are. Good morning to you. Good morning. I'm thinking about you as always. I was thinking also about decision fatigue. And this was something that I encountered a lot, or I should say that perhaps I felt I was very sensitive to, in that I could easily become depleted from making or having to make too many decisions, and found it extremely useful to set up my life and my days and my work and my writing even in such a way as to maximize my ability to make decisions. And in this, there are numerous tricks, and you can do research on decision fatigue, and you will come across myriad ways to address it. But part of the main way I did so was by making things automatic, by making my choice of clothes. Now, I did not wear the same thing every day, as you know, but it was a very select choice, and everything tended to match, so that there was very little thought involved. And I tended to eat the same meals almost all the time, except for when we were doing something special, or was prepared perhaps by someone else, in which case I was out of the decision making. But making things rote, making things automatic. I've talked about systems before, and a system is another way of not having to think about things and not having to make a decision. So when I talked about systems of doing laundry, however mundane that would be, but knowing that I did it every weekend, I did not have to think about it during the week of whether I should do it, when I should do it, things of that nature. And it just greatly benefited my life once I keyed into how exhausting it was to make decisions, and how unbelievably bad it was to try to make them later in the day, or God forbid late at night, when your reserves are just depleted and you perseverate, or at least I would perseverate, and I could not pull the trigger, whether this was something so simple as making a grocery list or deciding the meals for the week. If I did it late at night, it was a disaster. And once I realized this, and it got to a night where I needed to make these decisions, I would simply abscond. That's not quite the right word. I would step out and refuse to do it, and realize it would just be futile and a miserable experience and good for no one involved. Now, of course, there's some decisions you have to make at certain times, but in planning my life that way, it allowed me to make much better decisions and enjoy making the decisions. So I throw that out at you to ponder, to think about, but decision fatigue is very real, and at least I found having to make too many decisions incredibly draining, and so positioned myself to mitigate such fatigue. But I will leave it at that, and I will tell you that I love you. I hope that you are well. I recommend again FKA Twigs and John Irving's A Prayer for Owen, Meany, and I hope that you accomplish a goal today, or this week, or this month. But I hope that there is one in sight that you achieve. And I will leave it at that. Bid you adieu.